just I had bad credit for the rest of my life, so I'm just here to absorb more so than talk. So that's my life story.
Thank you.
I'm someone used to standing.
That's okay.
My name is Michael. I'm a high school student at Abraham Lincoln High School. I'm a senior, a super junior. This was going to be my third and my last year at Lincoln, so I finished early, and I was invited, and I came here to also absorb, but I feel it's really good for me just because I'm about to go to college and already signing up and learning. Literally, yesterday was Wednesday, and I'm trying to go to Drexel, and they had a financial aid talk, and they were talking big loans. Every parent was loans, this. And honestly, in my heart, I'm like, I don't want to take a loan. I just don't. I want to just get all these scholarships and get a full ride, and just be okay, and like let my parents like breathe, because that's the most important thing. My dad is like, Michael, don't go to Drexel because it's really expensive, but at the same time, I feel as though even though he's paying, I want to go into my career, and if a school is going to hold me back from what I can do, I will feel like discouraged to even like continue to my education path. So right now, I'm just trying to get a full ride and then help my dad. But if I do have to, I'm gonna probably have to take up a loan somewhere. But if I do, I want to be able to know how much to pay, when to pay, which loan is the better loan, like subsidized and
Unsubsidized.
unsubsidized, and then the parent payment plan, something like that. They were talking about
Parent Plus.
Like, I was a little confused at first, but I've heard it maybe like 4 or 5 times, so I got little information. But again, hearing it probably here will probably give me the best insight to understand. And yeah.
Thank you.
My name is Tiffany. I have a 24-year-old son who just graduated college.
Yes, congratulations.
So we are in this boat now. I am a big advocate of credit. No matter how much you don't want credit, somewhere in your life, you're going to get credit. You're going to need credit. So you need to have your FICO and your credits in order to be able to get this credit, so that you can maybe get a car or get a home, or what if your heater broke down and you got to finance your heater. I'm not the richest person in the world, but I have been taught by my mom financial responsibility.
Good.
And so I understand that I stay within my means, or I try to. I'm in the boat now of student loans that was my son's, because unfortunately he didn't have the GPA to get the full ride, or athletic scholarships. So I saved money and I was able to pay part of the student loans. However, they covered 4 years of being out of state. So I'm at this point now, I had to co-sign because I had good credit. We were able to get him through school, but now we have this coming in. We will be able to pay it. It's gonna break me. But I understand what we could do and what we could not do, and what my FICO could do for him. So I just believe that if you understand the importance of credit and finances, even when you start work, you start a 401k, you start with the youth, and it creates wealth down the line for each generation that's going to come. So that is the foundation to bring our youth out of poverty. And that was the whole concept when I think of financial literacy. How can we change poverty in our communities and have them where they have their homes and good credit and can go on a vacation and do certain things in life that they want to do, and they don't have to steal for it. So that's my story I'm sticking to.
Hi, I'm Barbara. I am in the mortgage industry with Tiffany. I worked with Tiffany and with Shawna for several years. I loved the mortgage industry. I actually grew up in the mortgage industry. I was 18 when I started. I actually started by answering phones. That's what I did. I answered the phones, and then I started processing. I sold real estate. So I always looked at everything as an opportunity. It was something I didn't know. I learned it. I worked really hard at it. When you come to financial literacy, I grew up in a small home. My mother was an immigrant to the United States. She spoke no English. Had nothing when she got here. She lived with relatives for a while. And my father was born in the States. But growing up, like, we never bought anything unless we had the money to pay for it. That was the whole thing. So if you would, like, if you didn't have the money to do this, like, you didn't go out and buy a pair of jeans on credit. That was unheard of. That was nothing.
Right.
So when I was in high school and I had a part-time job, I wanted this leather coat like you would not believe. And it was expensive. I mean, back then it was like $100. That was a lot of money. A lot of money back then. And put that coat on hold, and every week I paid on it. Like, take it out for myself, and not owe a cent. You know, as I got older, I knew that you had to have some credit, so I got a credit card to a shoe store, which was a bad mistake, but but I also grew up with, if you didn't have the money, you didn't buy it. So I would charge it and pay it off the next month. Right. And then even when we were first married, my husband and I, we bought a home, bought a modest home, because I knew that, I wanted to have children, and I had children way sooner than I ever expected. I stayed home with them for a little bit, and then I did whatever. I waited tables, and actually when I waited tables, here was the thing, that I would come home, and my tip money always went in a change drawer, jar, and then I would just take it to the bank, and within so many months, my goal was I wanted a dishwasher.
Oh.
So I bought my own dishwasher. I mean, it sounds silly, but you kind of like take it incrementally, a little at a time. Like you're saying, you have to save.
Right.
My thing, like, my daughters are both adults. I have 4 grandsons, but when my daughters all went to one went to Penn State, the one went to University of Sciences. They both went to graduate school. But my goal with them is, like, remember, don't be charging stuff unless you can pay for it. And the other thing is, as you get older and you are working, always pay yourself. So I always would open up a savings account for them. If they got communion money, like for First Holy Communion, if they got Christmas money, like from relatives, if they got whatever. So let's say they got some money, I would let them take some of it, so maybe they could take $10 and buy something for themselves. The rest of it, I would put right in the bank. I did not let them have it. And then the funny thing is when they got married, they could buy a house. They had enough for a down payment. We bought, like, U.S. savings bonds for them. Like, it's all those little things that seem, it's only $100 or $50 a week. Well, that adds up. And that $50 or $100 or whatever you can afford eventually becomes thousands of dollars. And if you're in a 401k, company matches it, you have to always think about, like, financially, if the company's going to match 50%, where else do I get 50% interest?
Nowhere.
You have to think that way. You have to think that way. And you know what? That extra $50 a week, it's not going to hurt you. It doesn't. You'd be surprised how you can, like, manage without it. Did I say enough about myself? So I have 4 grandsons. I'm married. I've been married for 38 years. I got married when I was 21. And I had my daughter 10 months later. Not expecting it. I did expect to keep working. I was working 2 jobs when we first got married, and I went from 2 jobs to staying home. So, but I did whatever.
They didn't know about students. We're learning about financial aid. We're learning about subsidized loan and unsubsidized loans. We didn't know anything really about it. Like, and then when you hear like, oh, we get money from this school, then we had to really start thinking, am I getting money from this school, or are they giving me a loan that I'm gonna have to pay back in this amount of years? Is it really going to be effective towards the tuition of what it costs? Times that by the 4 years, multiply that by what I want to do with my life if I decide I want to go to graduate school or law school or anything like that. And it just wasn't, it's not a lot of information. It's like you really have to, I feel like there needs to be a conversation before that process gets there, because when you're in the middle of that process, it goes fast. I can tell you, like, my senior year, like my entire high school career, we didn't hear anything about it. It was like September, it's like, okay, apply to college, get my scholarships, and yeah, y'all got it. And then it's like, well, me at 18, I don't have it. My parents at 40, 50, they don't definitely know it. So it's just.
Where did you go? Who did you go to?
It was like a lot between just researching on your own, calling the school and being like, okay, what does this number really represent? private schools, like, you couldn't tell me I wasn't about to be like HBCU. And then I started looking, I'm like, okay, let's compare this to this out-of-state school and this in-state school. Compare this to between the HBCU and the PWI. And I understand, like, it's a big thing between going to HBCUs. It's like, oh, you must. But then it's like, okay, but would it be in debt for the rest of my life? Is that really what I want to do? Set myself up for it, set my future kids up for it? It's just, you gotta think realistically. So I feel like the research part needs to happen at like a junior, I would say even as a sophomore. I think that's the best age for it because as a junior, you know you have to work. That's what colleges look at. They look at the junior year. So if you already know what colleges are looking for going into it, then you can ace the junior year. And as a senior year, you already know, I can do the applications, you can get started on the essays and scholarships. You can get a scholarship at any time, so I feel like at that time, it's the best.
Right. So now you said that your parents weren't able to educate you, but now that you received some education from your own personal research and whatever information you got from here or there, what do you plan to do with your children now?
I feel like the biggest thing I feel like I want to, you know how like you were just talking about how the career paths in which they want to take, I want to get that started like, you know, a little bit earlier so that way you have more time to plan as if, oh, you know what, you can figure out at a certain age, it's like, okay, school is not for some people. You can recognize that at a certain grade.
Got straight into life, right? So you have to think about a lot of these decisions that we make are emotional decisions. So now that I'm a teen mom, it's my mission now, and I'm gonna make sure that my daughters live the life that I wanted to, right? So now we get into living vicariously through our children. So I'm gonna position my child, and I already have my mind made up. I don't know what she's gonna wanna do, but I have my mind made up as a mom that she's gonna go to private schools. Sidebar, accumulating more debt. I don't really have the money for that, but I'm gonna do what I can to make sure that this child goes to private schools. And now universities, big universities, because everybody wants to do a big university, right? No matter what the cost is. And so we kind of get pulled into that as you're thinking, oh, you go to a big university, you go to a popular school, you do this. This equals a successful career. You're now, you know, we think we're providing and that sort of thing. So as I'm hearing you talk about your parents, it's true. A lot of the times we push our kids into situations that are not necessarily the best from an emotional standpoint. So not like trying to identify what you're saying about your dad saying that school is too expensive. And you do have to think about that, but then there's the other part of, I want you to pursue your dream. I want you to go to the school that speaks to you, where you can get the most benefit out of their education and hopefully pursue your career. But it's so many things that goes into making a decision about what schools to go to.
But the other kid didn't get the 90s when my kid did. So I thought it was important to show them love by giving them what they need and what I thought that they should have. But that didn't always make me financially responsible either. Because my 401k is probably not where it should be. Because I transitioned from jobs and cashed out on some of them 401ks because I thought, oh, I have time. I said exactly what Khadijah said. But now at 42, I'm running out of time. But I didn't have the background from my family. Yes, Shawna, when you start this job, make sure you sign up for 401k right away. Try to put 6%. Try to do the max that your job offers. I know that now from being in the industry from when I was 20 years old, but I didn't know it prior to. I didn't know it when I was working at the candy shop. I only learned it when I got to the car dealership. What if I didn't get the job at the car dealership? So if I have a conversation with the mom who's working in the supermarket,